learn to be a very holistic human being and you're succeeding in every area of your life. You know how we do it. I don't do the show alone, I do it with you because your thoughts, your comments are very, very important, because how can we grow when we don't know what you understand by what we're saying? So today we're going to talk about an issue that is rarely discussed. You know, when it has to do with marriage, a lot of things are being said. Everybody has an opinion. Oh, this is the bad person. This is the good person. And we're honest, even at this moment on social media, it is buzzing. We're having information we had no business knowing, things we have no business being told, but people just decided that for their well-being, they want to bring their dirty ladies in public. And it's very important that while the social media space is talking about who is at fault, who is not at fault, which song you should not listen to, we must understand that marriage is a big deal. Our holistic success is a big deal. Our mindset is a big deal. We shouldn't take it for granted. Do not forget, if you want to call in, you want to share your thoughts, you call the number. I want to share it now, so I won't get to the time where you call in. It will just be easy for you. The number is 090-6000-2420. I'll take it again. 090-6000-2420. Don't forget, this is People's FM. It's just on this dial you get the best information. Also, you can call 080-5455-4123. I'll take it again, 080-5455-4123. Now you can join. Today we want to talk about something that is rarely spoken about when it has to do with marriage. It is super important, but we don't talk about it, and the reason we rarely talk about it is because there's no evidence. You know, when we talk about the things we see, the things we can prove, the things like, oh, this person is at fault, is this person's, but when we don't have an evidence, we rarely talk about it. And that is why our topic today is emotional neglect in marriage. Are going through a rough patch in their marriage. Once upon a time, the marriage looked perfect. There are people that will say, God, when? Oh my God, I wish I would marry this kind of wife. I wish I would marry this kind of husband. And in between that perfection, because we're also a society that likes perfection, we don't like seeing the imperfection, which is a core part of our existence. In fact, the truth is there's actually nothing that is perfect. Nothing absolutely is perfect, because you discover even with our technology, we're always advancing, always improving, meaning that perfection is something we thrive to attain, but we just want to delude ourselves into thinking that we've achieved some form of perfection. Do you understand? So we look at marriage that is beautiful on the outside, but internally, the marriage is emotionally empty. And what is scary about it is that outsiders cannot tell it's emotionally empty. Sometimes the people in the marriage, the husband and wife, are not even aware that their marriage is emotionally empty. They're just going around in circles. So the idea of how would I know if this marriage is emotionally empty? Because I'm sure that's what you'll be thinking about. Like, okay, emotional neglect. How would I know? There are signs. First, the lack of attention. The wife not giving the husband attention, the husband not giving the wife attention, everybody just operating as solo beings. That is a classic sign that emotional neglect is about to go down. Lack of emotional presence. Yes, people are married because there is a ring, but that invisible cord, that depth of connection that holds both of you together, that makes you know that, okay, we're doing life together. This is my person. We're born together for life. It feels very weak. Someone's trying to call us. Hello. Hello. Yes. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hi, Wisdom. Good afternoon. What's your thoughts? What do you want to say regarding emotional neglect in marriage? Responsibilities. You know, have you paid the school fees? Have you paid the house rent? Fuel price is so much. Oh my God, what is happening to lights? Light committee members said we need to get clothes for the children. Oh, there's this contribution where the normal, regular responsibilities. Beyond that, you have nothing to talk about, possibly politics. Primaries are going on, and if you're politically aware couples, you now start talking about politics. I want to talk about the drama that is going on social media, but nothing that happens at your core, nothing that affects both of you emotionally is being spoken about. Hello. Hi, good afternoon. Okay, ma'am. Okay. 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 Mm. Couples should try to balance the marital equation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. She said something that is very pivotal. She said strangers are getting married to strangers. And you know, one of the core of having a marriage where the emotional connection is solid is that there's this bond of friendship. Yesterday, I was having a session with a client, and she's been married for 18 years. And she said she doesn't know why they don't gist. That is it not normal for, couples to be very close? And I said, describe normal to me. She's like, no, now if we married that long, we should be best of friends. And I'm like, it doesn't just happen. You have to be very intentional in building it. It's not the fact that because both of you are married and you stay in the same house means that you automatically be friends. It doesn't really happen. And like she says, our phones are also the culprit because we're just connected. The world is a global village. Before you want to speak to somebody you've not seen for a while, you'd have to write letter. I mean, the process is long, so you would value the people around you. Now we see people around us and they're like ghosts. We don't have an emotional connection to them. We have something else. The internet. We're on social media, scrolling from morning till night, feeding ourselves with unnecessary information that doesn't build us while our marriages are nosediving. So yes, thank you. Most times it's not intentional, and I think that is one interesting tweak about it, because for other things that people experience in marriage, most times it's intentional. The malice, hello, I'm not, hello, sounds online, hello. So when you call, kindly speak up so we can hear you clearly. We are itching to talk to you. I'd like to know your thoughts regarding emotional neglect in marriage, because the truth is, it's a silent killer in marriage. That is why you see people that separate and they really cannot list out the things. What caused the problem? They're like, there's really nothing you can hold, because what they feel is really, it's not evidence-based, but it's something they feel, and you cannot just sweep their emotions, sweep their feelings under the carpet. But it's very pivotal that we understand that sometimes, actually most times, emotional neglect in marriage is not intentional. So this is the conversation. If we are saying that most times emotional neglect in marriage is not intentional, the question therein is, what causes it? Number one culprit, stress. Adulting is not a joke. Adulting is not a joke. When you look at the exchange rates, You're looking at school fees for the children. You're looking at work pressure. You are competing with people that don't have your time on social media. The wife is looking and she goes to Instagram and she sees that one man has just bought his wife a push gift. And she's looking at this her husband like, hello, excuse me, sir. Are you not seeing that they are giving other people push gifts? Me, you've not even giving me gifts. Don't talk about push. And I'm giving the best to children for you. You know, she goes on social media and she sees someone is being serenaded with songs and flowers and chocolates and all that, and she's like, the lady is not even as fine as I am. I'm even more pretty. I'm even more hardworking. What is wrong with this man? So the man is literally competing with people that he doesn't know, and that doesn't make it easier on the wife. The wife is also competing with people she doesn't know. So you see a woman just put to bed barely last week, and this morning she wakes up and she's trying to use a waist cincher to get the tummy back. I mean, for 9 months, your stomach literally extended. You bet a whole living, breathing human being, and the next thing you're thinking about, I need to snap back. I need to snap back. I need to do this. She goes online, she goes on Twitter, and she sees one woman say, oh, I don't allow my husband to buy food at the office. I would wake up by 4 a.m. and I'll make him his lunch. And my God, our best sleeping time is just before 4 a.m. And now there's extra pressure. So the idea, the desire to fill in all the responsibilities that we've given ourselves, so we're the culprits. The responsibilities we've given ourselves, that this is what a husband should do, this is what a wife should do. So we have people that are working on a checklist. To be a good husband, I must do this. To be a good wife, I must do this. And in trying to actualize that, we're not focusing on building a very good, emotionally beautiful relationship with ourselves. So that is why you see a woman whose husband is seen as doing everything a husband should do, yet the woman is grossly unhappy and said, I'm tired of this marriage. You're seeing a man who his wife is going to the ends of the earth just to fulfill her wifely duties, yet this man is grossly alone in the marriage and say, in fact, he will say she's pretending. Don't mind her. She doesn't talk to me. She's always pressing her phone. The small time she has, she's pressing her phone. And you speak to the wife, she's like, that small time I have, that's what I want to use and rest. I've been trying to sort you out, sort the children out, do my business, do my job. I will not come and die because of you. So that is causing cracks in our marriages. That is causing cracks in our relationships. So while you're trying to call, let me give you the number again if you'd like to call. And those on social media, I see you. You want to share your thoughts on emotional neglect in marriage. Have you experienced it? Do you know somebody has experienced it? Because it's prevalent in our society. Share your thoughts. I'll read it out. This is the Resourceful Woman Show on People's FM. Let me share the number again so you want to call and would like to speak with you. 090 6000 2420. I'll take it again. 090 6000 2420. Alternatively, because we don't want to keep you stuck, we've got another number for you. The other number is 080 5455 41. Hello. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Your name is what? Favorite. I love your name, Favorite. Okay, Favorite. What's your thoughts regarding emotional neglect in marriage? Hello, Favorite. You know, I'm used to hearing people say their name is Favor. I think this is the first time I'm hearing somebody say Favorite. Hello. Hi, good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Michael Ogbonna.
Michael Ogbonna. So what's your thoughts on emotional neglect in marriage?
There's a lady I would like to marry.
Okay.
Love her.
Okay. Interesting.
So,
Why do you feel she loves her business more than you? You said there's a woman you'd like to marry, but the woman loves her business more than you. Why do you feel so?
When I'm how we come back to work, I love it.
Okay. Mm.
So I stop, and I feel like when I'm there,
So what then happened? Oh, you left the relationship because you felt you were emotionally neglected in the relationship. Oh, okay. Interesting. Thanks for calling. Thanks for sharing your experience with us. Yeah. So, Mr. Michael Obonas, I told you, I said a lot of people are experiencing this thing and they can't just put a name to it, right? It's called emotional neglect. And he's telling us that he met a lady and he liked her and he wanted to marry her, but she was neck deep. So hers will not be neck will be here. So she was full body deep in her business, and he complained a couple of times to say, you know what, your focus is too much on your business, you don't have my time. And I mean, she was focused on her business so much that he felt like, you know what, I'm the third wheel in this relationship. It's between you, your business, then me. And he exited the relationship. Committed to each other, people that have children. Before we end our show today, I want to talk about 3 signs. Are you listening to me and you're like, I don't know what I'm experiencing? Is it emotional neglect? Abi is not. The is neglected. There are people that have walked out of their marriage because they felt emotionally neglected. So what do? Build friendship. Be intentional in having conversation. Speak about your pain. Now, one of the problems we have when it has to do with emotional neglect is people suffering it don't talk. You just swallow it up. So your spouse may not know, especially when it's not intentional and the person is just caught up with life, caught up with adult responsibilities. You're like, hey honey, come. This is how I feel. What can we do to make it better? Right? So this is my piece from me to you this week. Next week, when I come your way again, by 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, we'll be talking about something juicy. Remember, the goal is to equip you with wisdom to be able to intelligently navigate your marriage and all spheres of your life so that you are a wholesome, amazing human being. This is the Resourceful Woman Show with Dr. TIMI-WOOD, and it's been my utmost pleasure to bring to your notice that, hey, you may be experiencing emotional neglect in your marriage. These are the signs. This is what to do. Next week, I'll cook up an amazing dish to help you enjoy bliss in your marriage. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Thanks everybody.